Yes, Fortnite is a game filled to the brim with guns and explosions, but unlike other competitive shooters like Gears of War, Call of Duty, and Halo, you'll need more than a good aim and a quick trigger finger to crown yourself the victor of this game's intense Battle Royale mode. You've got to build, and the more you can, the more likely you'll be the last one standing. The catch is that building is slower paced than the game's combat. Or is it? Hi, I'm Darrian Mack with the Leaderboard, and today we're going to teach you 10 mind-blowingly easy ways to build fast in Fortnite. Meaning that by the end of this video, you'll spend less time with your metaphorical pants down and more time catering to more pressing matters such as shooting fools and calling your grandmother. She worries about you. Let's get started. Number 1. Turbo Build. As of Fortnite's 3.0 update, Epic threw the community a bone with a new feature called Turbo Build, which, as the name suggests, allows for much faster building times. While this feature may be an obvious godsend to Fortnite vets, let us take a second to teach the nooblets in the audience of this wonderful tool, as it can very easily be overlooked if you're unfamiliar with Fortnite's mechanics. Typically in Fortnite, you would have to tap the button in rapid succession in order to place multiple objects on the map one after another, a mechanic that has been seen as slow and clunky. With Turbo Build, placing objects in rapid succession has never been quicker or more convenient. Simply put, all you've got to do now is just hold the build button down, paint the landscape with your reticle as you move, and a trail of structures will be built almost instantaneously before your very eyes. No more clicking on every little piece individually. Number 2. Auto Change. While Turbo Build caters to making sure your movement is consistent with your building speed, Epic introduced another helpful feature in their 3.0 update that ensures that the building process will remain quick and seamless throughout. Prior to the update, if a player ran out of certain material, let's say wood for example, they would be left high and dry and unable to build another structure in the midst of a firefight, even if they did have bricks or metal. In order to remedy this, the players would have to manually swap to a different material. With auto change enabled, the game would automatically shift to material B when material A is depleted, and when material B is depleted, it will automatically shift to material C, and when material C is depleted, it will shift back to material A. That is, if you've gathered more since you ran out of the material A initially. If not, I'm so sorry, but you're royally screwed. This is a feature that's easily overlooked, so make sure it's switched on in your settings. You know, unless you're like a glutton for punishment, you badass you. Number 3. Customizing the keyboard. The first tip on our list isn't some crazy button combination or glitch, but simply under the hood. Rather, your settings menu. In the game's default configuration, the key bindings are assigned to F1 through F5, which can be both pretty inconvenient for your fingers and time. If you want something easier on both, set the bindings to the C, V, and B keys. This will allow you to easily hit the bindings with your thumb while still being able to move your character with the rest of your fingers. If you've got a mouse with extra buttons, even better. The only real challenge with this tip is overcoming your habits and familiarity with Epic's default configurations, but those will fade away with time. Number 4. Combat Pro versus Standard. Epic Games gives you a choice between two preset control schemes in the options menu, Standard and Combat Pro. As the former's name suggests, this is the default control scheme. It is also the wrong control scheme if you want to build fast. Despite what its name implies, Combat Pro is also the ideal configuration for smooth building speeds. This is ideal because Combat Pro allows for much easier swapping between both your weapons and the pieces you will use to build your mini forts on the fly. Despite the configuration's convenience, it is quite different from Standard and will require some getting used to. Number 5. This one's for the console players. Anybody that's played in RTS, FPS, or Minecraft on both console and PC will tell you that certain types of games tend to handle a bit better on the PC. More specifically, that they control a bit more smoothly. But even more important than that players can maneuver a tad more quickly with a mouse and keyboard than they can with a controller. And unfortunately, Fortnite falls into this category as well due to a few different factors, including but not limited to a lack of binding and the fact that cycling through the building menus at higher speeds will cause the game to stutter a little bit. But hold up, don't toss your PS4 out the window just yet. The Last of Us 2 is still on the way. Also, dedicated console players have developed a method that won't quite have you building structures at the speed of the PC version's most elite players, but it will cut your build time in half of what it usually takes the average console player. This tactic can be set up before any blood has been spilled in the pre-game lobby. In the lobby, pull up your build menu and swap to the pyramid structure. Position yourself so that you can see the orange outline of the whole structure. If you're on a PS4, hold the circle button. If you're on an Xbox, hold the B button. This will allow you to edit the piece. Press X on the PS4 and A on the Xbox on the two front squares, followed by the circle or B button to confirm your alteration. Rotate it 2 times to have it face the proper direction. You will find that your roof piece has been transformed into a structure that may look like a flimsy piece of garbage, but actually functions identically to stairs. It's even got the same hit points and costs the same amount of resources as the real deal. The only difference is the way that it looks. The benefit to this method is that for the remainder of the game, when you summon your building prompt and switch to the roof, it will now be the stairs, meaning you won't have to cycle through the floor piece to get to the stairs. All you've got to do is hit circle or the B button and L1 trigger or right bumper, and voila, instant stairs. This method is proven to be twice as fast as scrolling over to the actual stairs. Number 6, gather faster. Convenient button presses mean nothing if you lack the right materials, and lots of them. Fortunately, there are quite a few ways you can speed up your gathering to build as fast as you can shoot. In the game, you are even given a skill that allows you to hit a critical point on any item, which causes the item to decay much faster. It may make sense that the fewer times you hit the item, less materials will fall out, but this is not the case at all. It's been proven that no matter how many times you hit the object, you'll wind up with the same amount of materials. The only difference is how much time you spend doing it, which you can drastically decrease by timing your swings just right. Number 7, the class for the job. Believe it or not, there is a way to gather even faster than just timing your pickaxe swings. As we've mentioned in other videos about Fortnite here on the leaderboard, the game possesses quite a few character classes to choose from, each with its own perks. As you've probably guessed, given the fact that this bit of advice is on this particular list, one of these classes has the capacity to gather much faster than the others, and no, it's not the ninja. The Outlander has 2 perks that will have you spend less time wandering the map and praying to epic you'll stumble upon a cache of metal. First off, the Outlander is luckier than the other classes, as they are more likely to find rare items on the map. The more useful perk is the Outlander's ability to see items through walls. This built-in radar means less time wandering aimlessly in search of materials and more time obtaining them, therefore giving you more time and materials to build your way to sweet victory. Number 8, the sensitive type. Yet another configuration can be made to your control scheme to ensure that you build even faster, and that lies within your controller or mouse sensitivity. Having a higher sensitivity than the default configuration will allow you to turn your character and the camera more quickly so that you can fill as much of the screen with structures as possible. The faster you can turn 180 degrees, the better. However, don't go out and just set your sensitivity to the highest it can possibly be. Remember, there's more to winning the game than building. You want to be able to find a speed somewhere in between that allows you to maintain your aim, the thing that will ultimately keep you from taking a virtual dirt nap. That being said, much like altering the keys you use to build, this method is fairly simple. The only challenge is, again, getting used to the difference. Number 9, materials matter. Fortnite players know that you're able to collect and build with 3 different types of materials within the game's world: wood, steel, and brick. If you're going to build fast, you may want to place emphasis on one of these materials over the other 2, that material being wood. For starters, wood is perhaps the most common type of material you'll encounter on the battlefield, meaning that if you know where to look, stocking up on this stuff won't be too time-consuming of a task, nor will you ever find yourself running low. Second, wood's properties are just as convenient, as wooden structures take much less time to construct than their steel and brick counterparts, translating to that wood is the stuff of quick thinkers and fast builders. With wood, you can quite easily construct numerous 4x4 wall forts that will cover you from harm. Don't let the material's flimsy look fool you either, as wood is the material that can also withstand the most initial damage. Through much practice, this strategy can provide you a significant defensive edge in every one of your matches. Number 10, stick the right landing. As common as wood may be, there's a way to make it even more common, thus stocking up on more than the average player and granting you more time to litter the environment with your numerous multi-purpose wooden shield stairs. When landing on the map at the start of the match, there are 2 locations in particular that are teeming with more wood than any other: Dusty Depot and Tilted Towers, which contain plenty of stacks of wood that can be destroyed much quicker than the average tree, typically dropping around 50 wood per stack. Since everybody watching this video is now going to head for the Dusty Depot and Tilted Towers, let's make sure things are a bit more interesting and teach you how to land quicker so you'll stand more of a chance than the average noob. First off, don't exit the bus directly above your location or you'll miss it by a long shot. You need to deploy your parachute at just the right time before you reach the destination, allowing you to soar straight into the sweet spot without having to hoof it on foot. Dive bomb dotcom and initiate your parachute as close to the ground as you can before it deploys by default. The better you time it, the better your boost will be, and the better your boost is, the faster you'll be able to gather the wood, and the faster you gather the wood, yeah, you know, you get the idea. And those are our 10 mind-blowingly easy ways to build fast in Fortnite. Were these tips helpful for you? Do you have any other tips to help your fellow builders? Let us know in the comments below, and if you like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you know whenever we upload. And finally, you can win a Switch, a PS4, or an Xbox One of your choice by entering our weekly console giveaway. Just go to www.leaderboard.nyc/giveaway to get started. Once again, I'm Darrian P. Mack with the Leaderboard, and this is your home for video game facts.